Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Stacy, a senior data analyst. And yeah, this is just a channel where I take time to share the knowledge and experience that I've gained over the years so far. 2 years into my career as a data analyst, as someone who transitioned from a non-technical background. So today I'm going to be talking about how to use multiple keys when you're joining tables. This is actually something so simple, but I remember how it really frustrated me slash stressed me out because like when I was doing tutorials, learning my SQL, I got so used to just joining on one key. I didn't, so that's on me. Like you can't join on more than one key. And this is why I always sing joins are very powerful. Like by the time you call yourself like an analyst who's decent, good at SQL, you need to know joins because joins can do amazing things. The type of filtering and specification when it comes to the output you want on your table that is doable with joins, amazing. But anyway, let's get into the video. Let's learn how you can do multiple keys. So I'm going to link the dataset in the description. I'm also going to give you a link that will show you how to upload these datasets onto MySQL, and that tutorial has another tutorial that can help you set up MySQL if you're interested in following along with MySQL. But you can honestly use whatever platform. In case you get some error, sometimes MySQL syntax could be slightly different from, let's say, Postgres or SQLite. Just throw it on ChatGPT and say, how would I write this in the whatever SQL you're using? Anyway, let's get into the video. So for this channel, for this the particular task, we're going to be using the debits table and the purchases table. Oh, it's there here. Actually, I should actually comment them out. So we're going to be using the debits table. It's debits table and purchases table. Yeah. So we want to join these two tables and we want to join it on two keys. Yeah. So let's start with the purchases. So let's copy this. So we want to select all from the purchase table. Let's run that. Yeah. And now when we select everything from the purchase table, yeah, we want to join it on the debits table. So the purchases is just a record of everything that was bought, and from everything that was bought, like what, like, have we gotten some payments from it? Yeah. So we're going to do a left join here. So left join. Yeah. Okay, we have this and then on. So we can do aliasing here. So of late, I'm avoiding aliasing. So this is the wrong table. This is the table I needed. Like I got so used to aliasing. It's something that I like, still use a lot, still kind of encourage it. But yeah, for those who are not so new here, like I'm talking about this already, like I started using DBT. And yeah, in DBT, we don't do this. We don't do the PR. We'll do purchase record instead. We don't do, uh, let's clear this. Yeah. So I'm still learning, but my thinking about it is probably because with DBT, you're building data models and you want to make, and some of these models can be very big, very long, and you want to make it as easy as possible for whoever will inherit these models or if a new member of the team comes in. So if you do PRD and then maybe you're calling a column here and someone has to come back down and think what is PR, what's D, I get why this is best practice, yeah? So anyway, we're joining the purchase records table to the debits table. So it will be PR dot, what do they have in common? So they both have purchase ID because this one has purchase ID, this one has purchase ID. So dot purchase ID is equals to debits dot, we can just copy paste this. So I'm just going to do a quick recap of what a left join is. But at the end of this video, I'm just going to link my whole SQL tutorial, so it covers basic, intermediate, and complex SQL. We're still finishing up a few concepts in the complex, a few concepts in the advanced SQL section. So that's the window function series specifically. So basically what a window left join does is it takes the main table. So in this case, the first table you call is the left table, and it joins it on whatever table you're calling. So what will happen is it will take everything that's on the purchase records table and join it with what it has in common with the debits table. So if there's something in the debits table and it's not in the purchase records, it will not appear. But if there's something in the purchase table, but it is not, it's in the purchase table, but it's not in the debits table, it will appear. So that's just a quick recap of left join, but more details on join, left join, right join, what is that, union all. Check out the join series, which I'm going to attach at the end of this video. Yeah. So let's run this and see what happens. So as you can see, okay, yeah, nothing happened because we didn't call anything. So what we are interested here in the debits is actually the payment date. So we'll do payment date, and this is from the debits table, yeah. So now let's run this. So as you can see, we have everything from the purchase table, and then this is the payment date. So as I mentioned before, for the left join, it will take everything that's in the purchase table and join it to what it has in common with the payment date. So if there's something that if there's something that's not there, it will give us nulls. So I just realized that some people could have made like double payments, like not double payments, like they could have made payments in installments. So what I've done here will not work very well, because what happens to, yes. Yeah, there's more logic to think about. Anyway, it's a good thing. So the question here is we want to join purchases to debts on to debit, sorry, on ID and date. Yeah. So if we look at a sample, so let's come to debits. Let's come to the debits table. So let's run this debits table. Okay. So as you can see, like for example, we have purchase ID 37. They've made two payments. So one was on the 14th and another one was on the 16th of November. Yeah. So if you come and then we can go back. So mark this date 14th and 16th. Yeah. So let's go to the purchase record one. We check this out where it was purchase ID 37. Yeah. So as you can see, the purchase happened on the 14th. Yeah. So for sure, if you purchase something on the 14th, you're going to pay for it on the same day or after. If you're like same day or after. So same day you could clear everything, you could fail to pay anything and just pay later if you're taking it on credit. Yeah. So I'm just saying I'm marking that for a reason, because there's something I'm going to do. And I want you guys to understand why I'm doing it. So as you can see, 37. So for sure, what we're going to do is we're going to aggregate this. So we'd want to see, actually, we're not going to aggregate it. We're just going to select the marks, yeah? So we want to see, like in short, what this question wants to see is, so let me rephrase it, yeah? On the day of purchase, how much was paid? Yeah. Okay. So we save that. So the date of purchase, how much was paid. So for sure, you can use where clause, but here we're using the join to do that. Yeah. So we can close this and then we go back to our very wrong query over here. So yeah. Okay. Just a side note, I was reading something and like I remember someone posted someone on LinkedIn, like, you guys, you do all these tutorials, make them so easy, make them so straightforward. Like why don't you make these tutorials more relatable to what people actually go through, like when they're working? This is a decent example of what you're likely to go through. Yeah. So anyway, so as I mentioned, what I gave you would not work. Yeah. So let's pick from PR, from purchase records. Let's actually pick what we truly want. So we want the purchase ID. Let's just copy from here. So we have the purchase ID. We also want the purchase date. So the purchase date will be one here. It's a unique identifier, yeah. So we want the purchase date. This one. Why do I have an error here? No, that's okay. We'll deal with it later. So want the purchase ID, we want the purchase date, and then we don't really care about the business ID, though we could also take it. We can also check the purchased item and then the value. Don't you know why? Purchased item and then the value. Oh, this value, I need to put it in, yeah, since value is a keyword in SQL. Okay. So let's run that and see what happens first. Okay, there. So we have our purchase ID, purchase date, items purchased, and then the payment date. So I want us to click on this payment date first. As you can see, it's in text here. And if you also come to this payment date, this one has been changed to a date, yeah? So I did this earlier, and that's what all this is, yeah? So I'm just going to run this first, because if you try to change something from a main table, you have to make sure you're on safe mode, yeah? So me making sure I'm on safe mode. If you want to turn off safe mode, you turn it to 1. So we're on safe mode. And then, so this is the next thing we need to run. So we comment this out. So the date format that is in this Excel is not, it doesn't follow the edit, like month, day, year is not compatible with what SQL expects, yeah? So we need to change this. So now here we are dealing with the purchase records. So yeah, just to give you a disclaimer, nothing will ever be straightforward. Like I remember I was also kind of impatient, like when I was new to this data world. So it's the purchase data I'm interested in. I was a bit impatient when I was new to this data world. Yeah, like if I want to learn Union, get to Union, stop with all this initial work. If I want to learn now how to join with multiple keys, get to directly to the join, leave all these initial steps. But the reality is your data set will never be straightforward. You're going to spend what we always say, not we, what you'll always see on LinkedIn. 80% of your time is going to be spent on data cleaning and 20% will now be spent on the actual analysis. So case in point, yeah. I thought of doing this before and I just jump into the join, but I would not be doing you guys justice if I did that, yeah. So back to the tutorial here, we were interested in the purchase date. So everywhere that there is payment date, we change it to purchase date. So as you can see, this line here is going to change it in the format of month, day, year, and then payment date. So let's run this and see what happened. Okay, it's run. Yeah. So we comment that out, and then now that we put it in the correct format, now we're going to come and actually change it to date type. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So as you can see, it's in text, yeah. If we come to the debits table, is it in debits or purchases? It's in purchases. And then we refresh all. As you can see, the purchase date has now updated. It's a date format, yeah. So, let's just run this again. Okay, so everything is okay now. So a few minutes, seconds back, I was trying to give you my logic. Like, if you make a purchase today, the earliest you could make a payment is, of course, today. Yeah. So if you want to only get the amount paid on the purchase date, like the same date the person purchased is the same day that they made the payment, then you can do left join. So when you join this table on, let's even put this on down, on purchase ID is equals to purchase ID on both tables, and purchase date. Let's see. Yeah, this one would work. And purchase date is equals to payment date. Yeah. So you don't have to put an alias on this one, though it's just good practice. So like payment date is from, and then this one is from the purchase table, though it's just good practice because, yeah, it's good practice. Actually, you need to put an alias on this one for join. So let's get this and run, and then we see what happens. So like, let's pay attention to purchase ID 37. So that is the value is 250, yeah, and then payment date is 14. Let's also get the value that was paid for that particular line. So paid amount, we can put it here. Amount paid, we can put it here. Okay. Okay, so we pay attention to 37. So as you can see, the value is 250, and the person made the first payment that was made on the same day as the purchase. So purchase date, the payment date is 125. And if we come here, purchase records, and we run this solo to just verify. Purchase ID 37 says this is purchase records onto the debits. So we run this. So if you come to 37, so as you can see, two payments were made, and in total it comes to 250. Yeah. But on our join here, it's only reflecting this one. This 37. Only this one, because this is the one that is equal to the day that the payment was made. So, like, a question that comes into my head, why didn't you just aggregate some of these things? So we could do something like select like max payment date. But if you do a max payment date, remember, you could make a purchase today, pay tomorrow, your first installment you pay tomorrow, and then you finish and you do the last payment the day after tomorrow, like 3 days from the purchase. So you could do not the max, it's minimum, because minimum is earlier. Yeah. So if you do minimum, you'll just select the earliest payment date, but you will not necessarily select like you should not assume that the earliest installment is equals to the day the person made a purchase. So that's why it's better to do. You left join it on purchase ID on purchase ID is equals to purchase ID for both tables, and then purchase date is equals to payment date. Yeah. Again, that's basically how left joins work, and that's how you can join on multiple keys. And if you wanted to add another condition, you just say it again. You just come here and and you put the condition, as long as the condition is realistic. And yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. That is how you can join two tables with multiple keys. If you wanted to add another table, we've done that video. You could still do a left join, whether that table is joining this one or it's joining this one. You could do an inner join. Yeah, more on this, if you're interested in this join series, will be linked at the end of this video. But yeah, as I mentioned, that's it for today. So what do we have left? I'd already mentioned in the union all video that the outer join video, I as you can see, I'd prepped it only to realize that full joins don't work in MySQL. So to figure out how I'm going to do that tutorial for you guys, I might have to look for something else just for that tutorial. But yeah, so what we expect next for the join series is me figuring out what next with the outer join and the outer full join tutorial. And we have self join, cross join, and yeah, that will be it for the join series. If you have any other questions, anything you'd want me to cover when it comes to SQL joins, please do let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, we are jumping right back into the window function series. And as you can see, we have lead and lag, row number, rank and rank dense, and entire. And yeah, once we finish that, we're getting closer to closing this series. Then last-ish thing that we're going to do is a subquery series. And I'd also like to do like pivot tables in SQL. Yeah. Otherwise, guys, that's it from me. Yeah, thank you for staying till the end. Yeah, do let me know, like, what else do you want me to cover? You can check out all other videos I have. I have a number of projects. I have tutorials in Python, projects in Tableau, Power BI, Excel, Google Sheet, just doing some dashboards on Power BI, Tableau, Google Sheet, and Excel, some data cleaning and feature engineering on SQL. So if there's something specific you'd want me to cover, do let me know. But yeah, something that I'm also excited to tell you guys that I cannot stop talking about is I recently started using DBT, just getting into the data analytics engineering, data engineering side of things. And I'm really excited about just taking time to curate content that I can bring to you so that you guys can also learn DBT with me. Others, guys, that's it from me. Have a lovely morning, evening, night. I hope this tutorial helped. I hope you've gotten the hang of it. I hope you're going back to, to whatever task that sent you to come and learn this, you're going to manage. You're going to do it, and you're going to do it very well. If you get stuck, reach out to me. You might reach out to me at a time when I'm actually online checking my comments, and I can even offer to jump on a quick call with you and help you with whatever blocker you have. So, niambieni, let me know down there. Others, guys, bye.